This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. Frank, every golfer wants to play it at least once, the old course at St. Andrews.
Yeah, from Bobby Jones to Jack Nicklaus to Tiger Woods. They've all come and conquered.
Frank, this is no ordinary opening tee shot. This is the opening shot at the old course at St. Andrews. So, are you inspired, intimidated, nervous? Where are the emotions at?
Oh, all of the above. And this opening tee shot will never get old, that's for sure. It looks like a wide open hole. Really, you don't want to be looking right or left because it's out of bounds, even though it's a well way right and a long way left. You basically aim it at the 17th green is a good line for your opening tee shot.
Frank, this first hole, all about the Swilken burn.
Yeah, it cuts in so close to the front of that putting surface. If there's just a puff of wind, then all of a sudden that burn that you could just step across very much comes into play. This looks like it's going to find the target.
What a shot. I mean, almost in. Settles in over the putt. Makes the putt and goes to 1 under. Here we are now at the second. Always so important to try and establish a good round in these opening holes, Frank.
In the second hole, especially with a prevailing breeze and today's modern equipment, the odd player has actually driven this green, but you really see the tone of the golf course. The middle of the golf course is protected. There's a series of bunkers down there, but left is always the safe side of the golf course. It's the best line to play your second shot from on the whole golf course is always the right side, and we see that here at the second.
And that's going to stay on the fairway here at the second hole. 115 yards away with a helping wind. What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
Oh, that incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. So 2 under early on. At the third hole now, Frank, it looks relatively easy, but you know there's some danger lurking somewhere out there on the old course.
There is. There's the pot bunkers down the right side. This is a tee where really you want to have an idea where that wind is coming from. If it's into your face, you might want to be a little cautious and go towards the middle of the golf course. But if it's behind you, well, then it's worth challenging that right side.
Chance to get it close here. Frank, for players looking to improve their putting, what are some of the training methods they can use?
I think speed is always a good one when you get on the putting green and you just practice trying to putt inside that 3-foot circle, because in the end all sports are the same. You're trying to focus in on the destination where that ball has to be delivered, whether it's tennis inside the court or basketball inside the rim. Putting is no different. As you get further and further away from the hole, then you just make an acceptable size circle that you're trying to putt within. So pace, very important.
There's so much to like about that golf swing. Balance, tempo, rhythm, has it all.
Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Good tee shot, right in the fairway, and plenty long. Nice position, short grass, second shot. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Superb shot.
Well, it's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Frank, this is a nice run right here.
Oh, yeah, and this is very makeable, too. Excellent chance for 4 in a row.
Chance here at the par 5 fifth, Frank, to make a little move early in the round.
Yeah, it's certainly eagles galore. The fifth hole is one of the biggest greens on the golf course, shared with the 13th. So good tee shot, and you have a nice big target, even though it's a blind second shot coming up.
Beautiful rhythmic swing right there and right down Peachtree. To where the hole is cut, just about 190 yards, Frank. That is a gorgeous shot inside of 5 feet. This one just requires a little bit of focus. So makes the putt, and now at -6. Now to the 374-yard par 4 sixth, another scoring opportunity.
Yeah, just be very careful of the wind conditions here, because that'll affect the strategy off the tee, but bunkers left and right to be avoided.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Second shot. Good look at the green. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Just a couple of feet. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Back here at the Open Championship on the 7th hole here at the Old Course.
Yeah, blind tee shot. This is one hole that really does advantage the long hitter. They can get it very close to this green, but this green has got some amazing undulations in it.
Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Safely aboard. So they'll tap in. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Frank, now at the par 3 8th, and how challenging is this hole?
Well, it's called short on the scorecard, but massive green. The problem here is trying to hit it close. A lot of little subtle breaks and undulations in this green, and often you see long, long birdie putts here. Oh, this is right at it.
Well, that's how you play the game. Right there. Frank, 2 is nice, but
3 is even better.
Sinks the putt for birdie. And Frank, the Open Championship coming back to the home of golf this summer.
Yeah, and remember, too, the last time it was here, Louis Oosthuizen at the 9th hole, he had no problem driving this par 4. So let's see if you can do the same. If you can carry that last bunker down there, there's every chance that your tee shot can run onto this very flat green.
Well, they claim it's a reachable par 4. We haven't seen a whole lot of people do it today. We just saw it right there. Well done. Well, that's a bit disappointing.
I guarantee you, though, she thought she had that one.
And getting ready for the putt. Always like to get the double figures under par. 10 under already. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
That would be a great look at birdie. These putts keep the round together. Under on the day. Frank, number 11, the Eden, is really one of the more fascinating holes in all of golf.
Yeah, the two bunkers that the players normally worry about, Strath bunker in the front and the Hill bunker to the left. What makes those two bunkers so difficult is the steepness of the faces in them.
Well, you can hear it right off the center of the club face. This has a chance to be close. Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Frank, I've done it with donuts, a half a dozen, but never with birdies. 6 in a row?
Yeah, it's time to watch. This will be something.
Now at the 12th, and Frank, when you put the peg in the ground here, are you licking your chops?
Well, you are, unless you're playing into a head breeze. Because if you are playing a head breeze, then you've got to worry about the 4 bunkers that are in the middle of this fairway. A touch of help, or if you're a long hitter, then all you've got to do is worry about that little pot bunker just short of this green. There is gorse left and right.
Oh my goodness, that is on in 1. Wow, what an incredible shot.
It's no snack though.
Filling it up today. Beautiful putt. Moving on now to the par 4 13th. Frank, what's the strategy here?
Once again, to avoid those pot bunkers, the first one is called nicks, and then the other 2 up ahead, once again, they're called the coffins. Somehow you've got to go right or left of those or beyond those. If you can go in the exact right position, which is slightly left center, you will actually have a full view of this green. Left or right of that, then it's a blind second shot. I'm loving that balance.
What a drive. Just tattooed that. Setting up for an approach shot here. Really some strong winds out there today, and we can already see the effects on some of these shots. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Frank, how about that?
Well, can you believe that, too? I mean, could have hit the flag and bounced away instead. Straight in. Amazing shot. And really deserves it.
Frank, what are we looking at here at the big par 5 14th?
Out of bounds on the right, and those little series of pot bunkers called the birdies. Now, if you get in trouble here, you can bail out with your second shot down the left, which is the 4th fairway. That's one other option of playing this par 5. But a good tee shot, and you can certainly go at this for 2.
She's ended up on the fairway, and with such a good lie, so many more options available now.
Second shot.
Big swing right there, and a great result. And now a chance for a big swing in momentum with an eagle coming up. And it is down for an eagle. Time to tee it up here at the 15th as we begin the closing stretch here at the Open Championship of the Old Course at St. Andrews.
There's a big steeple in the distance, so even when it starts to fog in a bit, if you can keep your eye on that, that's a good line off the tee. And you've got to keep it, your tee shot just short of this sort of heather, big crop of heather down the left side. It still leaves you a lengthy second shot, but really that's the safest way to try and play this par 4, 15th. Very good par 4.
110 to the flagstick. Frank, over the course of the last 15 years or so, there have been a number of initiatives within the game of golf just to try to grow the sport.
Yeah, we've seen the PGA Junior League, which is a series of competitions, obviously for juniors to play. But the first tee really is worldwide now, just to try and introduce players from all over the world into the game of golf. They're introduced with club professionals. They learn skills that are essential really to play the game of golf. But in 2014 was a real step, what I think, in the right direction to showcase the junior talent around the world with the drive, chip and putt, where you actually get a chance to play the drive, chip and putt final at Augusta National, the home of the Masters.
Imagine young kids, boys and girls, 8 years old, 11 years old, being able to go home and tell their friends, tell their families, hey, I have something in common with Jack Nicklaus, with Arnold Palmer, with Phil Mickelson, with Tiger Woods. I won at Augusta National Golf Club. Superb shot.
Well, that's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
As this putt for birdie. Well done. Frank, so many famous landmarks on this hole. The hotel on the right, you want to avoid that. The bunker on the left, and then the stone wall beyond the road.
Yeah, there's all those features is one of the reasons why no one would be allowed to design a hole like this today. It also makes it not only unique, but I think that's the greatness of the hole, is that all those problems you're very aware of. It's just, can you avoid them? Oh, that was sweet. Straight down the middle.
Second shot. Good look at the green. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Frank, this would jumpstart the round. A third straight birdie.
Some good playing.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, this is really one of the coolest spots in the whole sport. When you tee off at 18, it's as if the entire town of St. Andrews is peering in and looking at you.
Yeah, you've started by the town at the little starter's box, and then you've sort of gone all the way out. Now you're all the way on the back end, and it's almost like your job's been completed. But really, in the game of golf, you're just starting.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. That shot falls for a birdie. Frank, a lot to like in this performance today.
Oh, it is. There's so many positives to take out of this round. Not just the possibility to win this week, but going